I'm super excited to announce that you can now pre-order a copy of Regenerative Agriculture, a pragmatic manual that Joel Salatin himself described as a masterpiece, a book to redefine a genre. I went to organic agriculture school for organic crop production and horticulture 20 years ago, and my journey has taken me on a very interesting route ever since. I knew I wanted to farm since the age that I was 15, and what I've tried to do here is write a book that was the sort of information that I wish had existed in my learning pathway. This book has been a long time coming. It's been a labour of love for the last 2 years, including and transcending our last book, Making Small Farms Work, which we sent out to over 90 countries around the world. That book was also funded successfully on Kickstarter, and I wanted to run a Kickstarter again to raise the money to print this book, as we're self-publishing and sending it out directly from us to you wherever you live in the world. Regenerative Agriculture is a practical whole systems guide to making small farms work. It's 750 pages long. It's the most comprehensive and all-rounded book in the field. It starts by introducing what is regenerative agriculture and looking at design methodology and approaches we've used at our farm. Then this next section of the book is a huge section on enterprises, and this book details a comparative analysis of 13 different enterprises with detailed finances and time motion studies, making this the most in-depth and detailed manual that exists in the field. There's a whole section on selling produce, marketing, financial planning, including entire financial plan for an entire farm year. And then it goes into case studies, looking at some of our incredible participants who have gone away from our farm and have set up successful enterprises on their own. This book is quite unique, and it's a huge book. It's not a cheap book to print. So we wanted to start this Kickstarter campaign to raise the funds to bring this book to print independently and avoid using big companies and publishing houses when you can support the farmer directly. For those that follow our YouTube channel and social media, many of you have really been waiting a long time for this book to materialize, and I know you're going to be super excited, and I hope you're very pleased with the result of the patience. For those of you that haven't followed us, our farm has gained a lot of attention globally in the middle of rural Sweden, up at 59 degrees north, because we are showing how to make small farms work. It is hard work. Farming's always been hard work, but with diligent planning, particularly financial planning and decision making, we can make small farms work. And so a big part of the approach of this book is to share my integrative approach, and that's primarily using the ecological design frameworks of keyline design, holistic management, and permaculture design. And it's the synthesis of these design approaches that really shows up in our work and shows up in the efficacy of this place. Something that's always been really important to me is sharing the numbers and data and facts and figures that are so hard to find for people coming into farming. And yet I know very clearly through my educational work that it is entrepreneurial, flexible thinking young people coming into farming that make up the future of an agriculture that builds soil, makes incredible food for local people whilst making a good living for the farmer. We need innovative thinkers in the field, and it's really hard to start rural enterprises. Starting any business is really difficult. Most small businesses fail, but small agricultural businesses, well, that's a really steep learning curve. So the aim of this book is to really make that learning curve as gentle and well informed as is possible, and I think this book goes further than anything else in the literature out there today to do that. For those of you that are not familiar with our farm and work, you can find out a whole bunch about the farm on our YouTube channel. We extensively document everything going on at the farm and share a huge amount of information for people who have found it very beneficial all over the world. You can see in the contents that are below the video here, and you can also see the words of people like Alan Savory and Joel Salatin who have looked through the book and who are really supporting this effort, and I'm very grateful for that too. Two of the huge inspirations for my own work. But familiarise yourselves with the contents there, and there's some older videos on our channel detailing the progression of writing a book and that process, and I think I'll make more videos of that in the future, because one of my aims of self-publishing is to encourage other authors or would-be authors to put their work out there. It's a great channel for sharing a huge amount of information in a very low-cost, affordable way. So I'm holding one of the last review copies that I'm going through, doing a lot of editing work. But the book is pretty much done. I'm sending it off to the editor for the second run through, and I aim to get it to the printer in October time. Now, to do a big print run takes a while, and I can't get a set date, but I'm hoping to receive the copies at the farm in this year and get them sent out. So by backing this campaign, you will get the first copies. This book will only be available for sale via our website, and I'll be dealing with all orders and as well as signing books to people that purchase the book through this campaign. Now, we also offer an ebook version as a PDF, and that will be available sooner in November, so you can also get a copy of that if you wish instead. But I aim to set the reward for January, February time, because it really depends on the print run, and obviously the Christmas holidays will interrupt postage a lot. So we'll see how that goes, but the book is nearly done, and I'm very happy with the result. It's a huge book. It's a project like nothing else I've ever done in my life, and I'm super happy with the results and all of the amazing inputs from the team that's helped me edit and get everything how it should be. So the risks are just the delay in getting the book to you based upon how the print run goes. If this campaign is successfully funded, that will ensure that we can get the first print run at a reasonable cost. Now, this is probably the most expensive book about agriculture in print, because it's just full of colour photographs. It's a huge book, it's 750 pages, and it's just no expense spared on colour printing, because I believe that pictures tell 1,000 words. One thing that we will be doing with this book is sending it out in a subsidised first class shipping all over the world at a set rate of €15. So this book is €75 retail price, and we've got a set shipping first class in a high quality book box at €15 anywhere in the globe, and we've subsidized that because we just felt like our last book, it was so expensive to post from Sweden, and the service is not up to the standards we would hope for the price it costs. So we're subsidizing that cost to make it cheaper for you, and we'll be making it first class instead of economy class, so that you get the book just as soon as is physically possible. It's such a pleasure to be able to serve in this way, as I have been for the last half of my life, and that's my focus, to get more people into farming, working smart, clued up with real knowledge and experience. Thank you so much for all the well wishes that I've received over the last couple of years. It's been a mammoth slog to get this book done, as I'm sure you can imagine, and it's been really helped by hearing your messages of support and appreciation, and how you value the content that we put out there for free on YouTube, etc. This is a fantastic way you can support the farm and our activities and help spread it. So please, if anything, just share this video to anyone you think would be interested in regenerative agriculture and the future of our food supply. And I hope you benefit very much from it, as I have benefited from composing my thoughts and putting this all together. And I look forward to keep sharing with you in the future. Thank you so much.